In my second year of law school, I took a domestic violence law class. In the very beginning of the class, we go over the power and control wheel. For those of you who are not familiar with it, I suggest you Google it, but suffice it to say, it is sort of the generally accepted demonstrative for the dynamics of domestic violence. It's this wheel, and there's all these hubs, and each of the hubs in the wheel represents a commonly used tactic of abuse. One of the tactics is minimizing, denying, and blaming. And as we're talking about this brave soul raises his hand in class and asks the question, don't we all do this in our arguments to some extent? It may not be a healthy argument pattern, but isn't this something that a lot of us do? And does that mean we're all abusive? The point he's making is pretty valid. We don't all do it to the level of being abusive, but minimizing, denying, and blaming are things that we all do in our life, whether we intend to or not, whether we should or not, right? This is not a tactic that is used only by people who are abusive. It doesn't guarantee you're abusive. And this is what my brilliant professor said. The difference between someone who is not abusive and someone who is abusive is the abuser is minimizing, denying, and blaming for the goal of having all the power and control in the relationship and over the other person. If you're arguing and you're feeling defensive and you start minimizing your behavior or denying it or blaming the other person, is your goal to maintain or gain power and control over that other person and the relationship? Or is your goal to protect yourself because you're feeling defensive and maybe later you own up to your behavior and apologize, right? The important part of abuse is that it is about power and control. All of the behavior has to be looked at in the context of power and control.